the other thing that was interesting is, will Angel Reese melt down and create a drama? Let's be honest. And she didn't. Now, she melted down, but she couldn't create a drama because we're over that shit. We really are. Everybody knows that she's a fraud. She's a charade. And look, I'm not being mean. I'm not piling on. I'm just being honest. She's not a professional. She's not. Maybe a bench. Maybe. I don't know. It's wild. I'll give you a stat that's going to blow your mind. It's going to show you a little later on. We'll get to that, but I'm going to give you a stat about her rebounding. It's going to show you it's a mirage. It's fake. It's a fugazi. It's nothing. It's worthless. She is just a mascot. Today's game proved it for me. So it's crazy. It's like it's like this team came in and they're like, we're going to beat you with one Caitlin behind her back. We're going to beat you with one Sophie behind her back, and now let's just make it interesting. One Stephanie behind our back. Like, they were down by three key members of this team and still beat the hell out of this guy. Like, whoop ass, like punished them, embarrassed them. Embarrassed them. I do want to talk about the Sky because they're fun to talk about. They're interesting. So we'll talk about what I noticed from that team, which is a total meltdown machine. Watching the Sky play against the Fever, it's like the second time we've done this. We'll see more later on. For me, it was like watching Final Destination because, everyone's going to die at the end, but you're just not sure when. It was like, this game is over. It was just wild. Final Destination in the sense of injuries could happen at any time, and the fact that this Sky team, their season's over. Look, I stand behind my prediction. They will be trading Angel Devil. They're going to trade her. Devil Reese. Sorry, it's my little cocktail here. Yeah, they're going to trade her because she's just a mess and she's a joke and she's a mascot. So when the draft comes next year and they're going to draft somebody really good, like Van Lith is a great pickup. She's just edgy and hungry, and I like that. She's a good pickup. They're going to draft and maybe make some moves. They're going to get a new coach. This guy, I guess I'm jumping ahead, but either this coach is going to figure out that how to get through this Angel. I mean, you can see the look on his face when they interviewed him. He's like shell-shocked. He's like, I can't believe that I've got Angel Reese destroying this team. Like, she's melting the chemistry down. I've never seen a situation where they leave someone in to start who can't play basketball. Like, it's wild. Now, I understand what you're saying. You get out there, Jason, whatever, dude. Just get past that shit. You know what I'm saying. That's ridiculous. What I'm saying is she has, at that level, she's got no fundamentals. She has no footwork. She stands outside of the key at the wrong place, starts to post up in the wrong spot. There was one moment where she started posting up in the wrong spot, and the coach was like, timeout, motherfucker. Sit down, dude. He called the timeout because he was like, what is that? Like, I could tell he was like, what are we doing here? So I feel bad for that guy. He looks completely shell-shocked. He looks like there's no way we're winning a game this year that's of consequence. They're not going to be over 500. Teams know she's the weak link. For example, Howard just took her out the entire game. It was actually impressive to see Howard just impose her will on Angel Reese, push her, just get her out of the block. And the rebounds she got, most of them they let her have, because that's the key for her. You let her get the board, and then your team can move and set up because she's slow. And she'll go for a board way out here and then look to bring it up and start barking at everything. It's just like I've never seen somebody so uncoachable. Like that should never, like there was a moment she walked up and was at the top of the key like a guard yelling at everybody. I was like, this is wild. If Caitlin had been on the floor, it would have been a different story. She would have attacked it. Like, she would have made it hard. So Caitlin doesn't make a difference not being out there, but I was really surprised that a coach would let somebody do that. Like, she's out of position. I'm like, here's how it goes. If you have somebody barking orders and they're not a guard that runs plays and they're a forward and they're way outside acting like a guard, your team is fucked. Like, there's just no way around it. Like, you can't have somebody doing that. There's no design play for her to distribute the ball. She can't even pass it. I could go on forever, but I'll stop. So it's like watching Final Destination. Then this guy had a backcourt. Like, it's 6:30, 6 minutes and 30 left. They had a backcourt. I was like, what the heck? So the Sky just not making good mental decisions. It's a lot to do with Angel Reese. It really is. And then watching Angel Reese melt down, she was melting down early. You could tell Boston's just pushing her. She just can't. She can't really deal with anybody that's good. She just can't. Angel Reese. Cardozo started missing free throws, which was interesting to me. I think Cardozo, if without Angel Reese, my opinion is Cardozo would be an all-star, but she's just not able to with Angel Reese. It's just impossible. Because honestly, I think I think if she starts doing well, Angel's going to really start to sabotage her. So she plays mediocre. Why hurt herself, right? That's how it seems to me. Because Cardozo is like miles better. She's so better than Angel Reese. The Chicago just could not keep any offense together. They're just really bad. They're falling apart early. They're falling apart in the first quarter. And then I'm looking at Angel Reese and I'm like, if I'm the coach, I'm like, I'm either going to quit this job or I'm going to sit her down and make a point in the first quarter because it's just you're not getting anything done with her. And I get it. They're like, okay, well, we have I mean, they had a better team last year, but they have a bad team this year. She makes it worse. What are you going to do? I mean, I guess I understand the struggle. You sit her down, then you put in guards that don't know the offense because they're not getting a lot of minutes, and they're going to start losing. It's tricky. What are you going to do? But that's not our problem. That's theirs. The longer they keep her, they just own that problem. Angel Reese, she took a break. They put her back in, and she's just struggling. Angel Reese comes out, and let's talk about Angel Reese. She starts acting like a spoiled brat. I'm noticing that she's yelling, she's screaming. This is where she gets the ball in the second quarter, goes to the top of the key, starts yelling at people. I talked about that earlier. She doesn't understand basketball, doesn't understand plays. Look, you can play I know what you're thinking. She won a championship in college. Well, you can play basketball and not understand it. You can. There are hundreds of dudes who played in the NBA who didn't understand plays or didn't read the book. They just played on instinct. It happens in the NFL too. One of the greatest examples is Michael Vick, a tremendous talent, unbelievable. He was ridiculous. I mean, he was incredible, but he never read a playbook. And they never required it from him in college because he was just so good. And then when he gets to the pros, they're like, can you read the playbook? He's like, I don't need to read the playbook. He was right. He was dominant. He was so good. He was a natural talent. But then you start getting figured out and they start shutting you down. And then when it's time to read the playbook, you don't have that skill set to double down and really put your head into it and figure out the game. And that's Angel Reese's problem, except she never really understood the game. And she's not talented. So that's the thing. Trust me, dudes, it happens. You think everybody knows basketball or everybody knows football. They don't. Only a select few have that IQ. And when people say they have a good IQ for this game, you wouldn't say that if everybody did. No, man, that's not how. She doesn't have an IQ for the game. If she did, she wouldn't take the stupid shots she takes, and she wouldn't take her rebounds way out here. She will get a rebound and fly way out, which is fine. You got the rebound, but then you're isolating yourself and everybody's resetting on defense. It's pointless. Let me get to a stat that's really important right now for you to know. So, Angel Reese. So she's yelling at everybody, she's acting like a brat, whatever. It's just, I'm over it. It's just a shit show. It's a mirage. She's a mascot. It's cool. In fact, complaining about it is just going to make it worse. So what I mean is complaining about how much she brings the game of basketball down. She just brings it down for everybody. By the sports media acting like she's good it's a fugazi. It's a fraud. It's disgusting. The fact that she was even in a conversation for Rookie of the Year last year, disgusting. It's dumb. So her stat line, 27 minutes, and and I'm looking at everybody else here on their minutes. She played out of her team. She played the most. She played the most minutes. No, I'm sorry. She played one under Atkins. Ariel Atkins, number 7, played 28 minutes. Angel Reese played 27 minutes. Okay. She was 2 for 7. We're talking easy shots. We're not talking 3-pointers from the logo. We're talking rim shots. We're talking layups. And one of these One of these shots, see, you Angel Reese people will wake up one day when you really look at the stats. And I'm not a hater, I'm just a realist. One of those 2 for 7 was a fast break where the ball was a steal and she had nobody behind her. And that was her first bucket. And everybody was like nervous about it. Then when she got her second bucket, which was, I think, a layup, the whole place went crazy because she never hits them. It's crazy. So she takes 7 shots, hits 2. 4 points. No 3-pointers, thank God. And she didn't get to the line. And the fact that the announcers don't make a thing of that stuns me. Really. Any other player that's featured, if they had, look, what did they do to Caitlin? Oh, she's 0 for 4. All right. When Caitlin Clark doesn't have the perfect game, they break her down every time there's a whistle break or some kind of moment. They talk about how good she's doing or how bad she's doing. They ride her stats to the very end. Angel Reese, nobody talks about it. They don't talk about it on purpose. Why? Because it's marketing. She's the biggest fugazi that we've probably seen in pro sports in, I don't know, honestly, years. Like, I can't think of somebody in sports that is so marketed and hyped that is just a fraud. No fundamentals. And okay, I'll just give you this. Not even a starter. Not even a starter. And she's starting for a major franchise in the WNBA. She's on nationwide TV games. She gets all sorts of publicity. They talk about her all the time. It's always Angel Reese in the sports media, and she's pointless. Like, not even a factor. She's a factor at hurting her team. So, 27 minutes, 2 for 7, 0 for 3, 0 for free throws. Didn't even get a foul. Missed 5 shots. She has 5 offensive rebounds, which means how many shots she missed? 5. How many rebounds offensively? 5. Not every one of them were her own, but probably 4. How many defensive? She gets 7. Fine. Her total is 12 rebounds. 3 turnovers. Now I'm going to freak you out. Because here's what the media now is doing. She can't make a layup, but it's okay because she's a rebounding machine, and they need that, and that's great. She's like Dennis Rodman. Well, let me share this with you. I got all these papers. Let me share this. Let's go to the box score. Where did I put the box score? Here it is. Let's go to the box score. Team box score. Okay, so team rebounds. The Sky had 30 team rebounds for the entire game. The Fever had 32. It doesn't matter. They still got out rebounded as a team with this supposed genius Dennis Rodman like rebounder. It's a joke. It's a joke. Just looking at the record is a joke. The fact they get blown out at home is a joke. In the game, you should be up here for. You're at home. No Caitlin Clark. And they bring no intensity. Well, it's because the team hates her. 1, they hate her. The coach can't figure it out. 2, they're just riding this year out. 3, they need salary cap space. And 4, they're working a trade behind the scenes, guaranteed. They're figuring out a way to trade this chick because it's a mess. I feel bad for this guy. I do. Because there's no other player there's some players that are, honestly, I can't think of any other player that's like put at this level with, like, they put her up with, there's no rivalry with the Fever and the Sky. There's no rivalry with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You saw Caitlin Clark just gave her a take foul and threw her down, like, whatever, chick, get out of my space. Like, that's all you need to know about the level of Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. It's a joke. It's a joke. So they're just biding their time to get rid of this chick. She's a bench player. Somebody that gets you 12 boards, they come off the bench, guys. Like, here you go. Let me help you with this. A lot of you are new watching this game. This is how it works. She's a bench player. So, okay. So Angel Reese starts acting like a spoiled brat, screaming, being an idiot. And then there's a moment in the fourth when they were down by 25 or something. And she got like a poke out. And it was a turnover. And she went, I think it was Howard. And she just went, screamed in Howard's face like like I'm like, it's cringy, man. Like no comprehension of just how bad you are. And she has to have emotional outbursts to play well. Or in her mind, well. She just doesn't play well. She has to have emotional outbursts like what she did with Caitlin. Then she yelled in Howard's face. She's screaming at everybody trying to write. And I can tell everybody's like, what? What are you yelling? Like, first of all, you never yell. It just blows my mind at the top of the key how she did that. You never, see, I'm just breaking shit. You never yell at everybody what play you're running. Like, where you just don't do that. Like, that's just confusion to the max. On top of it, Howard took Devil Reese out the entire game. Howard just pushing her. Those rebounds she got, most of them they let her get. There's no reason to worry. You rebound all day long. That's not how you win games, is putting the ball in the basket. Fundamental, something that Angel Reese doesn't do. By the second quarter, Reese is taken out of the game. Angel Reese couldn't post up. It was crazy. That was when she tried to do a post up, and she was posting up. She posted up and had a brick. It was weak. And then they reset the ball and gave it to her again, and she tried to post up way outside the key, and then the coach was like, time out. It was so bad because he knew she was going to get blocked or miss it, and everybody was positioned to take it right back. He was like, we got to stop the bleeding here. That was a message to her. We don't trust you. She doesn't get it. Sky comes out of the timeout, and they put the ball in everybody else's hands and then score. Angel was not part of it. So when Angel Reese is not part of the ball movement, they score. Interesting, right? I'm watching these games really closely. I'm seeing these patterns. Angel Reese is a crybaby, already throwing a fit. She demands too much attention. I was more focused on the Sky melting down, really. But then I'm like, okay, well, there's a history of blowing out this team. Let's just ride this cat, right? So they come out. They're flat in the third quarter. I can understand that. They're making mistakes. And then Angel Reese was screaming. That's when she was screaming in Howard's face after like a weird poke. It was the third quarter. And I'm just like, how do you get away with that stuff? Like, it's just embarrassing. Look, if you're Caitlin Clark and you're draining threes, you can scream at somebody. Like, if you've earned it, you can do it. She just hasn't earned that trash talk. Fever is up by 12 in the third quarter. Angel Reese is so bad. She's keeping them in this game, really. She throws and then after the scream and they get the ball back, she throws it away. Just weak. She can't do a pass. Like, she was trying to do a give and go. She can't pass the ball. I'm blown away. Like, she passed it and it just rolled out of bounds, and it was like not even worth chasing. Easy turnover.